Welcome to Ani the Commerce Guru channel. This is Mr. Anish Parameshwaran, your own commerce teacher.
Dear students, let's move on to the next topic of the first chapter, Nature and Significance of Management, and the topic is Meaning of Management. I repeat, Meaning of Management. As usual, before we move on to the syllabus, let's see the learning objectives of today's lecture. After going through this topic, the learner would be able to explain the meaning of management, understand the concept of management. Let's begin our lecture with a recall question. That is, a question from the previous lecture. And the question is, define management. I think you are very much aware and clear about the definition of management that we have learned in the previous lecture given by Mary Parker Follett. Let's see whether you got the answer or not. Let's have a check. The definition of management given by Mary Parker Follett. Management is the art of getting things done through others. I hope all of you got the answer. All of you have got the definition of management properly. Now let's move on to today's topic, that is meaning of management. Meaning of management. For management, different experts have given different meanings. So one of the meanings of management is given in this box. You could see there, I'm going to read it. Management is the process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling the resources efficiently and effectively to achieve the organizational goals. It's very often seen that the students find it difficult to by heart big sentences as part of meaning or definition. So today I'm going to give you a technique to learn meaning or definitions with the big, long, lengthy sentences. The first thing is that you need to divide the sentence, you need to break the sentence into subsections or subgroup. Then develop some questions in your mind. Search answer for those questions, find out answer for those questions, and at the end, link all these answers. I'm damn sure that by the end of that process, you will learn, you will by heart that big sentence or that big definition or meaning. So let us have a check here. Let's try whether it works out or not. I'm going to divide this particular meaning of management into different sections here. So I'm going to divide this big sentence into 5 small sections. Then I develop questions. Then we search answer for it. Then we find answer. And at the end we link all those answers. And by the end we will by heart this meaning, this big meaning you are going to by heart within another 10 or 15 minutes. That's my guarantee. Let's check. So I'm going to break this big sentence into small sections. I repeat, 5 small sections. I'm going to break it. The first section is management is the process of. Second is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Third is the resources. Fourth is efficiently and effectively. And fifth is to achieve the organizational goal. So I broke the big sentence, big meaning into 5 different sections. Then we need to develop question for each section, search for answer, find out answer, then link all these answers. Let's see how it works. So first we'll see the first section. Management is the process. So before we develop the question, let's see what's the meaning of the word process. This word is very familiar to you people, process. Dear children, process means a set of sequential activities. I repeat, a set of serial activities, a set of step-by-step activities. So process means a set of step-by-step activities. That is process. Step one by one, 1, 2, 3, then fourth step, then fifth step. So like that it goes. That's process. So a set of all these serial or sequential activities is called as a process. So here I'm telling that management is a process. So obviously the question we need to develop here is, what are the different activities? That forms the process of management. If management is a process, then what are those sequential activities? Okay, so here in the process of management, we have 5 different activities or 5 different functions. Let's see what are those 5 different functions of management, the activities of management. They are planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. I repeat, planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. I have already told you that it's a process. So you need to maintain the sequence here. This order you have to maintain. You learn it based on this particular order. You don't interchange the words here. So follow along with me. Just recite these words along with me. Planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So how many functions, how many activities are there in the process of management? Number 1, planning. Number 2, organizing. Number 3, staffing. Number 4, directing. And number 5, controlling. So in all, 5 different functions are performed in the process of management. 5 different activities, sequential activities performed in the process of management. I think it's clear to you people. So we have seen 2 subsections of our definite meaning that's given in the very first slide. The 2 subsections are number one, it's management is the process. So this is the first section of our broken meaning of management. Then number 2 is different activities in the process of management. We said management is a process. If it's a process, then what are the activities? That's the first question. Then we found answer for it. They are planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. And that's our second section of our meaning. I hope it is clear. Management is the process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Let's have a look again. What are the activities? What are the functions in the process of management, the sequential activities? You should give me the answer. Let's see. How many functions are there? How many activities are there? We know that in all 5 activities are there. So you need to answer me now. What is the first function? What is the first activity in the process of management? Yeah, come on. Yes, I got the answer from you. That's planning. Then tell me the second activity. What is the second activity? Yeah, I got the answer from you. That's organizing. Then what's the third activity in the process of management? Yes, I got the answer. That's staffing. Then what's the fourth activity in the management? Yes, I got answer from you. That's directing. What's the fifth activity in the process of management? As I got, it's controlling. What's the sixth activity? Yes, there is no sixth activity there. 5 activities in the process of management. That's planning, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So maintain this order. This order should be maintained because it's a process. So far, we have seen 2 sections, subsections of our broken meaning of management. Okay. We have seen management is the process of planning, then organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So 2 sections over. Now we need to develop a question. We need to develop a question here. What we plan in the process of management, what we organize in the process of management. So again the question is what, and we have to find out answer for it. Let's see what is the answer. The answer is the resources. The resources. So management is the process of planning the resource, organizing, planning the resource, organizing the resource, staffing the resource, directing the resource, controlling the resources of the organization. And you should know that resources here means it is physical resources like a machine, material, all these are physical resources. Then human resources, we know that without human being, without workers, without staff, organization cannot be run. Physical resources, then human resources, then financial resources. Without money, we can't run the organization. So all these 3, physical, human, and financial resources come under this particular term, the resources. So we have developed a question in the first section. Management is the process. We have developed a question. What are the activities in the process of management? We got the answer here. Then again we develop a question here. What do we do in the process of management? Then we got that we plan the resources, we organize the resources, we staff the resources, and so on. Okay, I hope it is clear. That's our 3rd subsection, management. First one is management is the process. Second, these activities. Third one is the resources. So all we have 5 subsections. We could see what are the rest of the things. So here again we need to develop a question. Management is the process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling the resources. Now the next question is how we plan the resources. How is the question? How we plan the resources, how we organize the resources, how we staff the resources, how we direct the resources, how we control the resources. That's the next question. And the answer is we plan the resources, we organize the resources efficiently and effectively. Dear students, these 2 terms, efficiently and effectively, these 2 terms have got very vital role in the process of management. These 2 terms are very important for a manager. The difference between these 2 terms will be explained in my next lecture. So for the time being, you just take it the ordinary meaning of efficiency and effective, ordinary English meaning. You could take it here. So we have seen the first section, second section, third section, and fourth section we have seen here. We have divided our definition, our meaning into 5 subsections. 4 we have seen here. Management is the process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling the resources efficiently and effectively. Then again we need to develop a question here, and the question is why we do all these things. Why we plan the resources efficiently and effectively, why we organize the resources efficiently and effectively, why we staff the resources efficiently and effectively, why we direct the resources efficiently and effectively, why we control the resources efficiently and effectively. So that's our next question. Why? The answer is to achieve the organizational goals. My dear students, so all these things the managers do is to achieve the organizational goals. So we have broken the big sentence meaning into 5 subsections, and finally we got the answer. First section, management is the process. If it is the process, different activities, and we plan the resources, we organize the resources, we staff the resources, and we control the resources efficiently and effectively, and we do all these things to achieve the organizational goals. I hope it is clear to you people. So once again, I will ask the questions. You have to fill it. So the first division of our long lengthy meaning, that is management is the process. Then the second division, we develop a question there, and the second division is it's a process of different activities like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Then again we develop a question, what we plan, what we organize, then we got the answer, the resources. Then again we develop a question that how we plan these resources, how we organize these resources. How was our question? We got the answer, it was efficiently and effectively. Then again we develop a question, why we do all these things. We got the answer, that to achieve the organizational goals. Hope it is clear to you people. So once again, let's see. Management is the process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling the resources, how efficiently and effectively to achieve organizational goals. Once again, let's see the first section. Management is the process. Process means different activities. What are those activities? Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Then again we have developed the question, what we plan, what we organize. The answer is the resources. Then we develop another question, how we plan these resources, how we organize these resources. The answer is efficiently and effectively. And why we do all these things? The answer is to achieve organizational goals, and that is the meaning of management. Management is the process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling the resources efficiently and effectively to achieve the organizational goals. Now, before we wind up the lecture, let's have some review questions. The first question is, define management. I hope you all know the answer very well. The answer is, management is the art of getting things done through others. The second question is, what is management? Come on, that we have learned today the meaning of management. Yeah, I think you are getting the answer. Yes, management is the process of planning, organizing. Let's have a check. Management is the process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling the resources efficiently and effectively to achieve the organizational goals.